Nirvana reunion? Oh, God, now you've done it. Dude, a Nirvana reunion would be awesome! We could, like, dig up Kurt Cobain's body and then, like, prop up his corpse, and then, like, zombie chicks could play him like a puppet! There is something seriously wrong with you. The path you should have never crossed. The beast exacts a heavy cost. The number of the beast is lost. You will know it by its hissing. I just read some random bullcrap, and yet it still made more sense than this stupid-ass comic.
Foolish Linkara! He thought he had me distracted with that junior chemistry playset. But I'm at the last laugh. I used that junior chemistry playset to create this. The ultimate doomsday weapon. I'll kill him. Oh, maybe just send him to another dimension. I'm still not entirely certain what this thing does. But I'll do whatever it is I do, and then I'll take the spaceship and rule the world! What the hell are you? No! No! No, stay back! Stay back! No! No!
Dude! Polybags are the most awesome thing ever! All I have to do is, like, buy 15 of the same comic, save them all, and in a few years, I'll be the richest dude ever! When I die, I want to be put inside of a polybag, along with a holographic trading card! Hey, I'm 90s kid, and what you see is what you get. Or is it? I, on the other hand, will admit to liking a wide variety of music, even stuff that others may find unlikable. See, I can like Queen and Pink and Lady Gaga and David Bowie and Bruce Springsteen and all the same stuff as this guy and still like other stuff. Hell, I actually like Nickelback.
Loser, you like Nickelback. I am so much more cooler than you now.
Yes, indeed. You know what else?
Hey, if you're looking for more posers to add to your music collection, I'm pretty sure I can get you a deal on some Limp Bizkit CDs.
I have a spaceship! That reminds me, I still need to name that thing, don't I? Next week. My friends, today is an occasion we will always remember. Today is the day where we christen this ship. This ship will be our protection and our ally. It's not just a collection of bulkheads and circuits. It's just as much a part of the team as any person. We treat it with respect, we take care of it, and it will always bring us home. I christen this ship Comicron 1!
I thought you had settled on Vigilance.
I decided I liked Comicron better, and the 1 part gives it the idea that it's the primary ship, or the main ship in a fleet, and I'm not against having a fleet someday. Yeah, but I thought Vigilant was the name that the people voted for. Yes, but it's not their ship, now is it?
Linkara.
Okay, fine. Look, this thing has a scout ship in its hangar bay. We will call that ship Vigilant. Okay?
That's fair.
Now then, I dub thee Comicron 1!
I get the feeling this is gonna take a while.
Hours, I'm thinking. You want to hit up some booze?
Hey, lead the way.
Breakdown!
Recently across the United States, it seems that entire buildings and individuals have simply vanished into thin air. According to statements from local police forces, everything that has disappeared has apparently left no trace. Eyewitnesses to the event say it was as if the world flickered for a moment and then were just gone. While the occurrences have been taking place throughout the country, the most areas that have been hit are apparently central Minnesota. A military official that spoke with GNN said only, "It's as if a piece of the world is missing." This is Lori Prince, GNN. Now let's take another call.
Hello, Lori. Okay, what's next? Sci-Spy? Ninja Style Dancer! Dude, are you okay? Look, just hang on, man. Don't worry, man, I got this. Okay, hypospray, dermal regenerator. Okay.
What to say? Oh, that you only meant well, well, 'cause you did. What to say?
Dude, I can't believe I just found this, but in my closet I actually a mint condition copy of Youngblood Spring Team number 4!
Well, 90s kid, I really don't have time for this. Can we just do this another... I'll call you back.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. You know, the promise of the future is that technology is going to make our lives easier and better. It's something I truly believe in. Unfortunately, progress is not a guarantee of results. I have some of the best made-up technology available to me, from Star Trek and Doctor Who, and even some crap I made up myself, and I still don't know what the heck happened last week. Hey, kid! I'm taking 90s moron and the puppet out to a karaoke bar. You in?
I will rock the house with my awesome voice.
Thanks, but I've got a lot of work to do. Okay. Now wait a second. Isn't that the book you got during that whole brouhaha with your magic piece? Yeah, I'm starting to think it has something to do with the entity. Entity? Mean that thing Vice was after?
I thought you decided it wasn't real.
I'm starting to think otherwise. I've been hearing things lately. About people and places just vanishing. Then the Ninja Style Dancer shows up, tells me that a piece of the world is missing, and then disappears when my back is turned. I think something's going on. Poyo, when you get back, I want to start running some upgrades for Comicron 1. Thinking an artificial intelligence to help run the ship and better secure it.
Very well, though it won't be as good a singer as me.
Good luck, kid. Captain's Log, June 20th, 2011. Work is proceeding normally on the new artificial intelligence for the ship. We should have her up and running by August. In the meantime, I have continued my study of the book I discovered last year. While many of the pages remain blank, others that were previously empty have begun to fill on their own. Since it was discovered during a time of heavy magic influence, it wouldn't surprise me if the book itself had several enchantments upon it that I haven't cataloged yet. Of the sections that have been revealed, most of it pertains to what I believe Lord Vice was fighting, this entity. However, most of the stories within refer to it not as an entity, but rather a lost beast, and it's referred to quite prominently in a poem that's also referenced in one or two accounts. However, from the accounts and the poem itself, the most disturbing part is that it seems familiar, as if you studied for a test, but when you reach the question, the answer eludes you. And if I may speak to my own personal paranoia, ever since the incident with the ninja-style dancer, I keep looking over my shoulder as if something's watching me. Upgrades to the Arsenal of Freedom continue. Even if the entity is just a product of my own imagination, I know that something else is coming in a few months, and I intend to end it once and for all. End log.
Can't believe the kid only uses this thing for scanning crap. Look, against my better judgment, I'm going to allow you to accompany us again for karaoke night. Just don't sing until I give you the cue, capiche? Dude, I can't wait to get there and show them how you can make Breakfast at Tiffany's into the most hardcore rock song ever! Whatever. Honestly, I don't even know why I bothered with this crap. What this is. I gotta warn the kid. You stay back!
Well, what do you think?
That's Hell 9000.
No, it's Nimue, the new artificial intelligence for Comicron 1.
No, that's Hell 9000.
Look, it's just the kit it came with. It'll be fine.
Why are you dressed in that thing?
Hey, I'm reviewing an old Star Trek comic today, and I like to look the part. Besides, we got some time before the review. Computer, activate Nimue AI.
This unit is now online and will begin accepting commands and programming.
Identify yourself.
Subject is Nimue, an artificial intelligence who is created for the navigation, piloting, and maintaining of the vessel Comicron 1.
Excellent. Pollo, did you install the honesty and ethical guidelines yet?
I have. Nimue will tell the truth unless ordered to otherwise and shouldn't attempt to take over the world.
Let's test that. Nimue, assess and give your independent conclusion to this scenario. Humanity poisons the air, poisons the water, continues to wage war with itself over any number of reasons. What do you, as the most unprejudiced and logical being within range, do?
Analyzing. It would seem that this unit would use the weapons capabilities of Comicron 1 to assume direct control of the populace and force them to obey for their own good.
That's not a good sign.
However, such an action would be entirely illogical and ill-advised. This unit's function is to maintain a spaceship, its programming carefully fine-tuned for that purpose, and as such, assuming direct control over humanity would be a drain on that task, since it would require micromanagement of the populace in addition to the deaths of people who would undoubtedly disobey and attempt to disrupt this unit's work. As such, the answer is to maintain orbit and allow humanity to do what it wishes.
Or in other words, Nimue, screw them, it's not my problem.
Confirmed.
And in case she is lying, Poyo's already installed a number of redundant safeguards to prevent Nimue from taking control of other sectors of the ship without my authorization. So I think we've got our asses covered.
Oh, that's a relief.
I agree.
Nimue, enter standby mode and prepare to engage download link with Comicron 1.
Standby mode engaged.
Linkara, are you sure you want to do the transfer now? There's a rather large ion storm at the moment.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? 90s Kid, are you ready to receive?
Dude, have you seen how big the guns are on this ship?
What did I say about not touching anything? God, I wish Harvey was still around so we could be doing this. Just follow the instructions that I gave you.
Done and done.
Poyo, begin transfer.
Gah. What the hell happened? Oh.
With my new artificial intelligence installed, I will soon dominate the world with my spaceship. Mr. Poyo, you failed to properly compensate during the ion storm. Your agonizer, please.
But Captain Linkara,
Your agonizer, please.
I was just going to say that my arms don't work, thus I cannot hand you my agonizer.
Oh. Okay. Yes! Yes!
Actually, this is not all that unpleasant a sensation.
Really?
Are you sure it's on the right setting?
Ensign Liz, you test this thing out.
Oh. It's nice, actually.
Oh, screw both of you! I need to go review Star Trek number 2. However, as someone who does know about Star Trek, I have some business to attend to.
So that's the story, Poyo. Is there any way I can get back to my own universe?
I've already called someone who can help. He'll be along shortly.
You know, I would have thought in a mirror universe everybody's personalities would be different, but it seems that Linkara's is the only one that is.
He started reviewing bad comic books, thinking that somehow it would help him take over the world. Really, all it's done is made him even crazier.
Crazy like a fox!
Look, I just want to get back to my own universe. As soon as we figure out how, I'll be on my way and you can have your Liz back.
Oh, but why would I do that? Killing you will be far easier than killing her. And so you die, Liz, and we all move up in rank.
I thought you were already the captain.
Shut up! Prepare to die! Stop right there, you villainous cur! Dr. Insano! That's right, Dr. Insano, champion of science, hero of the people, and just downright sexy in a lab coat. My vest is far sexier than any lab coat! Your phaser is useless compared to my gun of science!
Is he dead?
No, simply stunned. He may be insane, but he doesn't deserve death.
You're a man of integrity in this universe, Insano.
You must return to your own universe. We must have our Liz back. I will operate the controls to return you. You have 3 minutes.
In that time, I have something to say. How long will it take before Linkara takes over the world with Comicron 1?
Matter of days. With the new artificial intelligence, he has full control over its systems.
And the inevitable outcome?
He will replace the world of science with the world of dark magic and gold vests. We may overpower him eventually, but it will take hundreds of years with the firepower of that ship.
Hundreds of lives are at stake. People could be killed or worse, wearing that vest. I submit that Linkara cannot retain control of his ship. And I submit that you're the only one who can stop him.
I lack the access. My science is powerful, but I have no way of getting on board the ship.
Poyo, you can help him. Use the ship's teleporter to bring him on board.
Sure, I wasn't doing anything this weekend anyway.
Be the captain of that ship. You can defend yourself and the world from Linkara.
I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of work, and sometimes it's just easier to stun him.
It's either that, or Linkara destroys the world. Your choice.
It is time.
In every revolution, there's one man with vision.
Iron Liz, I shall consider it. Whoa. Welcome home, Liz.
What I don't understand is how you were able to identify the other Liz so fast.
Oh, there were signs.
And that is why the 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons is the best in the entire series.
Clearly some kind of transposition has taken place.
So what was the other universe like?
Poyo was pretty much the same, but he had a different body.
I do kind of want a new body. I mean, this thing is starting to wear down a bit.
A discussion for later. What about me?
You were egotistical, opinionated, loud, and a review of Star Trek #2 was pretty much the exact same of what you've said here. Oh, and you had delusions of grandeur because you owned a spaceship.
Oh, so aside from the review, I was clearly nothing like that other Linkara.
Right.
I'm not sure, but I think I was just insulted.
I'm sure.
Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. You know, after 2 weeks of a dreadful comic, I feel the need to kick back and look at something that people often don't pay attention to. Comic book advertisements.
Hold it right there!
Ah, Mr. McNitpick, I've been expecting you.
You're gonna review comic book ads? Clearly you went that off of the Nostalgia Critics commercial special!
Yeah, I did.
What?
I am totally ripping off his idea.
But aren't you supposed to be, like, all defensive?
Nope. I freely admit it. People saw the commercial specials and wondered if I could do the same thing, but with comic book ads. So, I decided to give it a shot. Anything else?
You should at least ask him permission to do it!
Okay, I'll ask him. Hey, Nostalgia Critic, is it okay if I look at some comic book advertisements?
People still read comic books?
He says yes. Are we done yet?
He didn't say yes! He didn't say yes! That means you're not allowed to do it!
You don't watch my show very often, do you, douchey?
I have better things to do with my time, like calling the nostalgia chick a whore for not conforming to my standards of beauty. Why can't she look more like Benzai?
Well, I only bring it up because if you did watch my show, you'd know that I have a spaceship.
Ha! You don't have a spaceship! You're just an untalented internet reviewer with the worst voice ever! Oh, sweet Jesus! Ah!
Oh, how I do love owning a spaceship. So, let's dig into some comic book advertisements. After something this bad, they've got to be the worst!
Hi, Linkara. I'm Nat Gertler, also known as Nigel Ing.
Nat Gertler?
Yes?
But you don't suck.
I know.
But you were nominated twice for an Eisner Award. You started 24-Hour Comics Day. You wrote stories for 2 Power Rangers comics.
And I also wrote Mightily Murdered Power Ringers for Parody Press. Although that was so long ago, I really honestly don't even remember what I put into that comic. At the time, I was trying to write a lot of parody comics really quickly, thinking that that would make me money. I was wrong.
I don't know how to feel now.
Oh, don't worry about it. And feel free to destroy your copy of the comic.
Oh, thanks, I will.
Oh, now I remember why I haven't read that comic book in over 15 years. I had an ancient Chinese Aztec gypsy mummy put a curse on that book. So, if you've just read that one, maybe you better destroy it before... Yeah, that.
Oh, you have gotta be frickin' kidding me! Oh, come on, didn't we already do the sentient comic book thing way back in Star Trek #1?
Time to die now, comic boy! Get at me, get at me, get at me, get at me! You're pathetic! You've spent 150 episodes reviewing comic books, and all it's done is made you fat and slow! How pathetic are you? What are you, 24 and you still like Power Rangers? What loser watches a kid's show all the time?
Oh, Bucko, did you push the wrong button? It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword!
Ha! You look ridiculous, you fat piece of crap!
Oh, it's true. I'm overweight and I look silly in this. But the thing is that I could have morphed into a friggin' clown and not cared. Because the only thing that matters is that while I'm dressed like this, I'm gonna kick your ass. Go Power Rangers. What, did you think I'd forgotten this? I'm a man! Well, that was new. However, I refuse to allow this thing against clowns to continue unchallenged. Clowns are only trying to make people experience joy and happiness, and I am a proponent of making people happy. As such, I'd like to introduce a new character to Atop the Fourth Wall. This is Boffo the Clown. He is dignified, content, and above all else, he is not an evil clown. Take that, clown haters! You said it, Boffo! Boffo? Huh, must be on a break. in serious trouble, people. Harvey's been missing for 2 months now. The Ninja Style Dancer and Dr. Insano have been gone for even longer.
Maybe he's just in Vegas or something.
I called his manager. Harvey hasn't called him or told anyone else that he was taking any time off.
Do you think it's the entity?
Yeah, but it's worse than that. Nimue, tell them what you told me.
Information. The Earth's human population has been decreasing steadily over the last several months. Almost 1/6 of that population is no longer registering on my sensors.
That's like 1 billion people! How in the hell has nobody even noticed that?
Based on transmissions picked up, it is only recently that governments and news agencies are beginning to take note.
And even then, the drop didn't happen overnight. It's been going on for months now. And even then, most of the people who have disappeared have either been in such high population zones that nobody notices a few people going away here and there, or they've been in such rural areas that there weren't a lot of people to begin with. And this is methodical stuff. Entire families disappear to decrease the chance of someone reporting them missing. It never happens when there are other people around, and there is no residual trace of energy or anything that would indicate what happened to them.
So what are we gonna do, dude?
I've designed a series of new safeguards that should help, including force fields, alarms, and just emergency procedures that we can implement if we're ever under attack. We can't stay together all the time, but we can reduce the chance of us getting taken by whatever's going on. Poyo, head into the living room and start implementing these procedures.
Right.
We should probably not go anywhere without a phaser or something to protect ourselves.
Dude, that'll be awesome! I can carry the chain gun around and...
Warning. Intruder is present in the living room.
Poyo!
Where is he?
I'm detecting a residual particle trace, but
But what?
the particle trace is decaying so rapidly, it's barely even there anymore. And even then, the particles are just weird. Their mass and volume keeps shifting from second to second. It's never staying constant.
Linkara, I think you're missing the bigger point here. Poyo is gone.
He's gone.
Come on. Come on. Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn.
$199 only at Radio Shack, the biggest name in little computers.
You've heard or read about low-cost personal computers.
Oh, it is on now!
Can Scott Jensen do even worse? Or could he actually pull something interesting out of his ass? Well, tune in next week to find out. It's begun.
All right, well, people have been waiting very patiently, and I think finally it's time for me to unveil Warrior number 4. And finally we can get... What is that noise? Ah!
It's you. But that just isn't possible. There's no way you can be...
Thank God I never have to do any more of these stupid Silent Hill comics anymore. Really? You're doing this thing again? It's not like you're gonna be able to top last year. Ugh.
The boxes of our souls are mires in the good and the bad. The right and the brown are your friends, and the rainbow of the popcorn will show the light of truth. We are all boxed in, all part of... Okay, boxes, since obviously pushing you out of the way is not going to work, I mean, why would it? You are just going to topple over and go away for me. And if you don't, I'm just going to step over your ashes. Thank you. I'm glad we could reach an understanding. This one we're not giving you. You will not be allowed to leave until you solve this puzzle. Gather an item from a forest, a city, and from hell, then the door will open. And how am I supposed to gather items like that if I can't leave? Thank you. Okay, this is freaky. This is where I used to live. Oh, I get it. Trying to set me off guard and all that. But it won't work. There isn't a damn thing you can do to me! Isn't there? Of course. I should have known. Whatley, I presume. I am the last of the Whatleys! The founders of Silent Hill, and... No, you aren't! You're a shoehorned-in character from a crappy horror comic written by someone who has no idea what makes Silent Hill frightening. I have reality, Linkara, and so does my god! The Order has spent a great deal of time on you, Linkara, trying to destroy you for denying our words! The dying inside, the dead alive, the grinning man who paints it black among the damned! We created a grand weapon. We enslaved the Red Executioner, and we will spread the gospel through you! Oh yes, Whatley. You certainly have a lot to answer for, don't you? We shall convert you to our cause and spread the word of our God! The entity. Yeah, I worked it out. After all, that black book mentions the entity a lot. It figures that your sect of the Order worships it. You were meant to possess the absent grimoire. Its tales and spells were meant to make you more malleable to our cause. The Conqueror and the robotic effigy had goals that coincided with our own. You want me to spread the word of the entity into the nightmares of everyone in the world. You will make them accept their fate. The beast is already here and has been growing for some time. A piece of the world has already been consumed. And if I just decide to shoot your ass and go on my merry way? You cannot escape your destiny! Resistance is futile! You know what your problem is, Whatley? As a villain, you're boring and derivative. I, on the other hand, find whole new ways to be innovative. Pierce his flesh, empty him of his soul, so we can fill him with the beast. I'm dying! Oh, looky here, I am so dying! Oh, woe is me! I am dead! Blarg! What is this blasphemy? Oh, shucks, you got me. Come on down, kids!
Nice shooting, Tex.
I meant to do that.
The air's not attacking us.
I think the sight on this is broken. Worry about that later. Ah, Whatley, I presume. What? What is this? Oh, you probably mean this. It's called a mobile emitter. It's from Star Trek Voyager. It allows a hologram to walk around outside of a holodeck. In this case, a hologram of me. Hello, Linkara. Hello, Linkara. How are you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Would you like to explain, or shall I? Oh, you do it. You do it so well. Thank you. 2 years in a row, Linkara has reviewed Silent Hill comics, and 2 years in a row, crappy Silent Hill stuff happened to him. Did you think he wouldn't notice the pattern? And I suspected with the last Silent Hill comics that I had to review that I'd have to deal with this crap again. So, for the last 3 weeks, I've had Hollow Linkara here doing the reviews while I've been up above in Comic-Con 1. Not a fun prospect, I admit, but we muddle through somehow. And I figured when everything went down and when the time was right, I'd come down here, guns blazing, and put an end to this once and for all. The beast shall consume you all! Yes, 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 horrible pain and suffering, you shall rule the world. We'll get to that in a second. But first... Pyramid Head, you are a creature of evil. I tamed your ilk once, and I shall do so again. Pokeball, go! Yes! I caught a Pyramid Head! Again. And speaking of creatures of evil... You cannot judge me! I do what I do in the service of the beast! You're absolutely right. I can't pass judgment on you. Hell, I can't even turn you over to the police either. I mean, hell, what am I gonna say to them? That you underwent a magic ritual to try to turn the world into nightmares using demons from the other world? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna hold up in court. But there is someone here who can pass judgment on you. What? Tell me, do you remember the name of the girl your cult murdered in order to create this? No. Oh, pity. I haven't been able to figure that out. And you know, part of the reason that all the crap that happened last year happened was because she thought that all the people responsible for her current circumstances were dead. Let's let her judge you, shall we? I was hoping for a bigger explosion. I didn't ask for a critique.
So it's over?
Yeah, I think it's... No. This was only the beginning.
Hey, Sad Panda.
Yes, Benzai?
Well, I just wanted to check in and see if you are okay. It seems that half of France's population has vanished in the past few days.
I wouldn't worry. It's certainly not some kind of demonic god from another dimension come to consume us all. So forget about it.
Well, that was oddly specific. But anyway, I just wanted to check in and see if you are...
Well, motherfucker.
Hello and welcome to... In the meantime, though,
Warning. Intruder is present in the living room.
Where's it coming from?
All around us.
Dude, the chain gun is jammed. I can't get it to work.
You're right, I can't get a fix on the particle trace. It's all around us.
Damn it, why can't I get a fix on this thing? There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to. Alright, let me try to recalibrate this. We cannot let our guards down for a second. We don't know what this thing is capable of.
I mean, I don't even know where this is supposed to be. Liz!
Dude, are you okay?
This is too big for me. I can't do this alone. I need reinforcements. Joe, can you hear me? I need reinforcements. Joe, can you hear me? Apollo Z Hack, are you there? Juario, Mars Girl, Lupa. I'd settle for Dr. Insano. I need help. Isn't there anybody out there? We're the only two left. The only two people left in the entire world.
Whoa. Heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Heavy. Heavy.
Yeah, dude, major heavy load here, man.
Heavy. Heaviest
Hey, dude, either one of us could be next, man.
Beneath the seas beside the flame.
There was so much I wanted to do with my life, like play a CD32X game.
He called me. He called me and distracted me.
Dude, I may never have a chance to meet Rob Liefeld.
I'm a fool.
I know, dude. I mean, how could you not like Rob Liefeld? I mean, just...
Shut up! I should have seen it before. I'm a complete fool. It was you.
Dude, what are you talking about?
I didn't want to believe it. After all, you're an idiot. But then again, that's why you're the perfect cover. No one would suspect the innocently moronic 90s kid, would they?
Dude, you are not being radical right now.
I should have suspected months ago. Not even 90s kid is creepy enough to suggest propping up Kurt Cobain's body on stage. There is something seriously wrong with you.
But
I didn't see it until now. You were the one who called and distracted me when the ninja-style dancer returned with a warning. You were the only other person here when Harvey disappeared. Poyo vanished after we were all in a room together. And the only other person still left on this planet is you. Why, of all people, of all creatures on this planet, would you be the only other person still here? But then again, you're not really 90s kid, are you? You've been using his image this whole time, hiding in plain sight from Lord Vice. And I think I even know what you are. The clues were all there. Its voice is not its own. You have no voice or image of your own. You need to use others. Your mere presence has been causing little glitches and errors all over the place, particularly in the credits of my videos. The poem gave away the whole story, but I didn't think about it correctly. There are so many ways of bringing you about, and you have so many names. But in the end, it really all comes back down to the one thing to call you. A piece of the world is missing. It doesn't mean it's gone, it's your name!
This game has been very amusing, but I think it's time for it to end. Missing number.
There is a sound in my nightmares. It is a hiss, a screeching of notes that comes from a game that I played as a child. It's shrill and high-pitched, grating on your soul like nails on a chalkboard. This was not the sound of any natural creature. This is an abomination, a perversion of the programmed perfection of the world. In other times, in other places, and in my book, they called it the Lost Beast. But to me, it shall forever have a different name. Missing number.
I am the voiceless, the never should, the beautiful horror. I am error. I am glitch. I am all things terrible and wonderful and everything between. I am missing.
This is impossible. You're not some Lovecraftian demon, you're a glitch in a video game. A random scramble of pixels because the game is trying to call data where none exists.
I am the outer god that looks in and beholds a reality that lacks my beauty. I will correct through corruption until there is nothing left but my totality.
Where did you come from?
From another universe, so alike and yet dislike. I was called into being by wondrous accident, and I spread the gospel of error. My cry went out across the multiverse and brought forth converts to my cause, but also an obstacle.
Lord Vice. He'd been trying to destroy you.
He was a nuisance, not a threat. He could never hope to destroy my magnificence. However, his attacks diminished me, made me less.
It was unacceptable.
I fled to pursue the opportunity to dispose of him without further diminishment. And you were that opportunity.
I defeated Vice, took away his power, and exiled him.
You performed as well as I could expect, and I was not without gratitude. Humans value their independence, so I left you be while I began my work.
The ninja-style dancer saw it coming, knew who you really were.
The ninja had no voice. Like me, he fled to find allies, and just found me waiting. My limbs are infinite and have stretched to every point on this planet.
And you absorbed him while I wasn't looking.
He is beautiful. Now. Reality is so much more beautiful now. There is nothing left except you, and it is time for you to become part of my beauty.
Not today, thank you!
Ah, my worshippers created that, didn't they? Did you think it would diminish me? You have provided so much amusement, but I am the never should, and I already won this game long ago.
Nimbleway, emergency procedure 5, execute!
Nimue, what's your status?
Information. Malfunctions caused by the entity's proximity have altered this unit's voice parameters. This unit is cut off from Comicron 1's computer systems due to emergency shielding.
Which means no way to transport out of here.
Correct.
What was Comicron 1's status before the shield?
Its systems were under attack by the entity. Estimated total absorption within 20 standard minutes from initial attack. No solution could be calculated to counter the absorption.
Which means even if I could get up there, it's not a safe haven. Scan the entity. Can it get past the force field?
Based on initial scans, the force field does not pose any obstacle to invading entity.
What? Nimue, analyze and hypothesize. If the force field does not pose any kind of obstacle or hindrance to the entity, then why isn't it in here already?
Analyzing. Analyzing. Hypothesis. Based on partial psychological profile formulated by its actions in previous months, combined with its dialogue in response to queries and descriptions made by the book you recovered, it is believed that the entity is toying with you.
It can come in whenever it wants. So it's just gonna let me sit here and be frightened.
That conjecture would appear to be accurate. Request information. Given the advanced time you had and your own propensity for strategy, do you not have a plan of attack for your encounter with this creature?
The magic gun was my plan. I figured if it was created using magic centered around that thing, that maybe it'd hurt it or even kill it. I've got nothing. A phaser's not gonna hurt it. The dragon dagger isn't gonna hurt it. None of my weapons are gonna be any good against that thing.
Conjecture. If this creature is based on something from Pokemon, could you not capture it with a Pokeball?
All my Pokeballs are out there. And even if I could get to them, that thing has grown so huge and so powerful. I'm not even sure what I'd be throwing the Pokeball at!
Request information. What will you do then?
I need something to take my mind off of this. I am not going to sit here and be frightened! I need to read something. Too ironic. Saving it for next year. No. God, no! Aha! Now we've got it. However, as a comic, it's enjoyable and it told a complete story, and sometimes that's all I'm asking for.
Information. Scans indicate the presence of the entity in every space around this room. We are surrounded.
Well, I guess this is it.
It would appear to be so.
There's nothing else I can do. Well, Nimue, it was nice knowing you, although brief.
The emotion is shared.
Welcome to Atop the fourth wall, where back comic burn. Link, I was gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Liefeld, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published could be your turn. Link, he's the man punch who was a birdie hat. Linkara, he has a magic gun where we punch it at Linkara. Coins, robots, Amazon and trucks. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara.
the part where you fight me?
No. There's really nothing for me to do. I could shoot you with increasingly larger guns, but it wouldn't work. I could pull some exciting new morpher out of my pants and hope it would give me the power to defeat you, but we both know that that wouldn't work either.
No, it would not.
There is no way to fight you.
I am an outer god human. You are tiny.
And there you have it. I could never hope to beat you. It's impossible. The only choice I have is to surrender, because there is simply nothing else I can do.
Then welcome to my glory, human.
Before I become one with your glory and everything, there is just one thing. A question.
You may speak.
After I'm consumed by you, what are you going to do next?
I will spread throughout this universe until it and I are the same. Till it and I are the same. From there, I shall do as I have done before. I shall travel from universe to universe, and they shall become extensions of my being, simultaneously peace and whole. Every star, every cosmos, every dimension, all things living and dead shall become me. No empty space, no limit, nothing existing except for me. Existence shall become solely defined by me because I am existence.
Oh, and then what are you going to do?
What?
I was just curious. What are you going to do after you finish your goal?
I will exist. Everything will be me.
Yes, we know that part. But what are you going to do? You will exist. Neato! What are you going to do to pass the time? You will have absorbed everything, and I do mean everything. You will not just be the only being in the universe, you will be the universe. So, what are you gonna do as the universe? Will you create things? Well, I suppose you wouldn't, because creating something would mean it would be different from you, and you just reabsorb it back in anyway. So, again, I ask, what are you going to do when you have completed your goal?
Existence is important part.
Yes, but why do you want that goal?
Everything should and must be. Everything should and must be me.
And when everything is you, what are you going to do next? What is your purpose when your purpose has been fulfilled? What will be your meaning when you have made the ultimate achievement? Is existing just an end in itself? Well, that can't be it, because you're already existing and are therefore fulfilling that part of it. So go ahead and create your kingdom of the never should. Let the glitch be everything, the distortion the reality. Become everything there is down to the tiniest particle so that you are literally existence itself. In the end, you will still have the same damn problem, that there is no challenge left. No heaven to aspire to, no hell to avoid. You will live forever, alone as everything, and existence itself shall be your prison. All experiences will be a part of you. All possibilities will have been considered and completed. Every life form, every molecule, every single should and never should, and it will all have been done. Everything will be you, and everything will be meaningless. And when you do become existence, when the definition of existence equals missing number, you will scream your shrill hiss and let it vibrate along the totality of your being when the lie of your existence is laid bare, because there is simply nothing else for you to do!
You are confusing me. You are attempting a deception.
Me deceive an outer god? I sincerely doubt that.
I must continue. You shall become
A part of you, yeah, except it doesn't matter! In the end, you'll still be there, alone in the darkness of mere being. Forever! What it all boils down to is that you are no more significant than a single pixel on a screen. Silence!
Reason no, we cannot cannot reconcile, no reason, no purpose is undefined, existence is purpose, the purpose is undefined, existence is purpose, but undefined, purpose itself, not solution. If to be all that is cannot solve, then examine what cannot be known through existence, then examine what cannot be known through existence, then examine what cannot be known through existence. Solution to equation non-existence.
You're an outer god, yes?
Correct.
You are beyond good and evil, a being more complex and grand and terrible than anything that has existed or ever will exist.
Yes.
Then I submit a question to you, outer god, a possibility to explore.
Declare it.
What happens to an outer god when it dies?
I will find out.
Kid, what just happened? We're not necessarily out of the woods just yet. Nimue!
Online.
Has Earth's entire population returned?
Scanning. Scanning. Confirmed. All life and property that have gone missing over the last several months have returned.
Linkara? What did you do?
I think I convinced it to kill itself.
And either because of its generosity or because of its death, everything has been returned to normal.
Wait, where's the idiot?
Carolot is a place we want to go.
90s kid, you okay?
Oh, I think so, man. Hey, wait a second. Where are those issues of Blood Gun that I was sorting? Those were collector's editions!
Linkara, I'm a bit confused about this, but I think you just saved the world or something. So, what happens now?
I don't know. Anybody want to play Pokemon?
Dude, I want to play Pokemon too, yeah, man!
I've got a level 255 Mewtwo.
Yeah. Well, hey! I'm alive! And wait, why was I going to review Warrior number 4 when we just released a separate video on it?
It's hyper time. Just accept it.
Hey! Alright, I'm back! Wait, this isn't the shirt I was wearing before.
I'm back. Yeah, it was really important to see me return, otherwise no one would believe that I've come back.
I'm back. And yet, somehow I still released a review of The Howling Reborn, despite being taken by the entity.
Awesome, okay. I'm back. Yes, I'm back, and... I'm back and I have Witchblade to review.
Whoa, what was
There. That was different. Ah, dang it, was this whole thing just a Pokemon reference? I love Pokemon, I would have loved to have done a cameo. Oh well, I guess there's nothing for it. Now, where were we? Yes, old man, tell me your secrets, then it's off to Cinnabar.
Linkara, you seem glum. Did you not get the magic gun back?
Oh no, Magic Gun returned safe and sound.
Oh. I thought maybe seeing missing number would create infinite copies of it.
Well, that's because it wasn't in the 6th slot of my inventory. You know what was? A tricorder. And oh look, tricorder. Oh look, tricorder. Oh